I'm bluffing with all the money I brought to the casino, and my opponent hasn't folded. But first, how the hell do we end up here?
At the start of this year, I set out the very tall task of making $100,000 only playing poker. And I get it, to some of you seasoned poker pros, it seems like kind of easy, but there is a very serious catch. I only have 500 hours to make $100,000. So if you're doing the math, that's over $200 per hour at the table. That's more than a nurse, a judge, a policeman, and a ton of other significantly more important jobs than this one. I'm heading to the Hustler Casino now, where dreams go to die. I mean thrive. They go to thrive there. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Sorry. I don't know who writes these scripts, but wasn't me. I have 3 goals for our session today. Number 1 is important to me. Bring the action. And it's actually going to go hand in hand with our second goal, which is to not play scared. I feel like as of late, I've been timid. I haven't been myself at the poker table. What has brought me a ton of success in my career is the fact that I have a sheer willingness to be a psychopath, and sometimes people call it confidence. Either way, it's important that we get back to our roots, so let's not play timid. The third goal is the most important and trumps all of the other ones, and that's to keep a winning streak. Coming off the back of that last tournament we played, we made over $30,000 in Atlantic City. The goal is simple. Let's keep it up. Now, all that's left to do is to go battle.
The Hustler Casino, somewhere I know all too well. It seems like every time I end up at this place, I get my ass absolutely handed to me.
Not a call. I'm gonna be shown the bad news, but happy to not have lost more. Wow.
I have a 6. 6 is
I get back in the room, and all I see is Kieran getting whacked.
Rip, close to broke. Closer to broke. Closer.
Yeah, it's not been too sweet for me here, but I'm coming into this place with a new attitude. 2 months since I've last played poker. Luckily, we're coming off of the biggest win of our poker career. If you haven't checked out that video, you can click the link in my description or here somewhere. Anyways, for now, we're playing against Neeme. He's actually the Hustler Casino live producer, and after I looked down at Queen Jack offsuit, I raised to 15. One middle position player calls, and then Neeme 3 bets. I'm going to go ahead and call because, like I said, we're going to bring the action. Middle position folds, and we're going heads up with a pretty, not great hand. Not great, even more so when we flop a middle pair. Don't know what to do. Do I love my hand? Do I hate my hand? I can't tell you really all that much. Anyways, I checked to Neeme, who decides to bet 75. Considering he's only left himself a little under $100 behind, I don't really know what to do. I feel like if I call, this would kind of be a disaster, as he's leaving himself very few dollars behind, and there's tons of money in the middle. If there's a small chance that I could raise, put him all in, and he can fold a chop like Queen Jack himself, or even better yet, maybe a slightly better hand like, I don't know, King Queen, that'd be great or even ideal, but I don't know what the likelihood of that is. Then there's other small chances that maybe he has a hand like pocket tens, pocket jacks that just jam. He thinks I'm full of crap and calls. I don't know. There's a leveling war going on in my head, and when that happens, it's usually a disaster. So, I don't know. You tell me what the hell to do. I go all in, and our opponent calls pretty quickly. That's kind of a disaster. The turn gives us a little bit of hope. It's a 10. We're now open-ended to catch a straight, but the river card brings us 2 pair. Maybe that's good enough. I let my opponent know, and he quickly shows ace queen. So he had us dominated the entire way through. Unfortunate for us there, but we can only blame ourselves. So rule number 1, bring the action. Yeah, definitely completed that one. Unfortunately, it came at the expense of 300 of my own dollars. Great job, asshole. Losing is normal in poker. The only problem is, at this casino, I seem to lose at a rate that's not normal. Granted, we could probably find a very easy solution to all this. I mean, honestly, I'm probably the reason why I've lost. Am I running bad or am I playing bad? Comment down below. But you know what can cure all bad runs in poker? are really good poker hands. So when we look down at pocket queens in this next one, easy spot, we raise. The problem now becomes, once again, because I just run so bad at this damn place, small blind now 3 bets to 105. And you might be saying, yo, he 3 bets, you have pocket queens. This is an easy day for us. It's not. This gentleman is not the kind to 3-bet lightly. So when he's 3-betting here, it's like almost only aces, kings, maybe jacks. Can be queens. I have all the queens. And even worse yet, I don't even think he does this with ace king, to be honest. I really don't know. Anyways, I said I'd bring the action. I wasn't lying. I go all in for my entire stack of 450 some odd dollars. My opponent is just licking his chops. He can't get his money in fast enough. He's like, yeah, buddy, what was that? You raised all in? Call aces. Aces, he says. Just flips him over in my face. Oh my God, slaps me in the face with aces. I'm like, all right, sick. Thank you. Easy game. About to dust off another $500. And then the dealer puts out the flop and says, hey, pocket queens, here's a set. Boom, right in the window. Holy shit, I can't believe my eyes. Dealer, hold it one time. You know what? I'm not going to use my one time on this one. I'm going to use a half a time. Can I half a time win this? Give me the half time. Got to save the one time for the World Series of Poker, something big. Turn, break. River, break. Massive pop. Being shipped my way, $900 just like that. We were out of the hole. That was a really, really interesting hand. Only so because I knew that the guy had a good hand, but I just couldn't talk myself into fold. So if we're playing results, we're really good at poker. Doubles up. I doubled up. Doubling up is easy when you make a set. You're welcome. Sorry about busting. Whoever that was, my bad. I think it was a subscriber of the vlog. Didn't mean to do you dirty, but at your expense came fortune and money directly into my bank account. So that's cool. I hope that's all right. Sorry about that. I love you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is an absolute pleasure for me to be letting you guys know that for the 4th time, we're doing the World Series of Poker giveaway. This is going to be done on my own time, with my own energy. This is the most exciting thing that I do ever on this channel. It's an opportunity for me to give back to you, the viewer. It's very simple. I take care of the bracelet, prize pool, tournament ticket entry, as well as your flight and your stay. This is one of the most important things that I do on this channel. Once again, this is the 4th time we're doing it, and the only way you can be chosen is very simple. I'm gonna leave the rules right here. You have to follow me on Instagram, subscribe to the channel, and send, this is the most important thing, send a 60 to 90 second long video over to this email right here, c2bpoker@gmail.com, letting me know why you should win this tournament and World Series of Poker experience. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. I can't wait to see you guys there. Please do us all the favor. There won't be that many entries. We have 1 month we're opening this. Like I said, at the end of June, we're going to be having you guys fly out here, meeting all of your favorite poker celebrities, poker bloggers. This can only be done by joining right now. Thank you guys again. I can't wait to have you guys come out here.
The one reason I find myself going back to playing smaller stakes, well, 1, because I kind of have to, it's a meetup game, but 2, there is no doubt that when you drop down in stakes, there is a sense of confidence, and it feels like almost the cards are working with you and not against you to find some success. If you haven't done something like that, I'd highly recommend doing it. I honestly haven't really found my confidence anytime recently, and I talked about it a bit to you guys before. I just feel like I'm almost timid. I'm shying away from action, and to be honest, I know that I'm making the wrong move by folding or by doing X, Y, and Z, even though I know what the right thing to do is. And if that's the monetary reasons, if that's just because I literally don't have any confidence, it's probably a bit of both. But either way, all of that is solved and cured a little bit when you pick up pocket Kirons. In this next hand, we get pocket Kirons. They K Rizzlers. We see a raise just before us. We go ahead and 3-bet. That player makes the call, who's also a subscriber to the vlog, so shout out to you. The flop comes out pretty clean. He checks. We make a small down bet, to which he calls. The turn card brings out a 5. Doesn't change anything here. It's about as innocuous as it gets. Using big words, by the way, makes me feel really cool. I feel a bit like Matt Berkey, using words that I hardly understand the definition of, but makes me seem like I'm smarter than I am. Callers drop out. Cut me some slack. Anyways, our opponent checks. And just like me, I have a tenuous grasp of the English language. I have a tenuous grasp of his hand, it seems like, because when I bet 115, he just quickly mucks it. A little frustrating. I feel like he at least had a really strong ace high, or maybe even a middling pair. If I bet slightly less, he probably continues, but obviously the strength in the hand gets him to give it up. So obviously we're happy to win the hand, but feels like we left some value on the table. Like any meetup game you've ever seen before, we're going to be bouncing from table to table. The big problem with that is I don't know how the players I'm playing with will play fast enough. So I'm just kind of making a blanket profile system, kind of being like, that guy's pretty young, probably bluffs. That guy's kind of old, probably tight. That guy, somewhere in the middle, he's probably tight and aggressive. Boom. Just a crash course of how to judge people by the book cover. So that's what they say, right? I think. Anyways, this next hand's pretty simple. We pick up Jack 10. It's offsuit. It's not great. But I'm like, yo, meetup game, bring the action. Rule 1, we got to do that. I raised to 15. The button now raises to a very odd sizing. Shout out to him. Subscriber to the vlog. Good man. Also works at HJL. He makes it 40. It's tiny. Not even like big enough for me to ever fold anything. Then the big blind cold calls. Now we're definitely incentivized to come along here, make some equity. Let's make a hand. We call, and the flop comes bringing us an open-ended straight draw. That is exactly what the doctor had ordered when he wanted me to raise Jack 10 offsuit and call a 3-bet. With the chance to make the nuts, we check over to the button, who bets for a nice size of 75. Now things are starting to make a little sense. Big blind folds, and for us, we can raise, we can fold, we can call. Honestly, we can't fold. That's pretty stupid. But I'm going to hold off on raising. I think my opponent's going to be pretty tight here. Although he raised to a small size pre-flop, I feel like he's going to be playing pretty decent cards post. I don't think he's going to be getting out of line here. And if I can't get him to fold his hand ever, then raising Jack high is a disaster. So I go ahead and make the call. Gonna see if we can improve. The turn card does not improve us though. I check to him, he goes on for a little more than $200, and we're not getting the direct price to draw out on him. So he is doing a great job of declining our equity here. Like I said, there's just no profitable way for me to continue the hand. Of course, there's like 30 or 20% of the time where we do end up with the best hand on the river, but it's just not the right price to continue. So I reluctantly but correctly relinquish the hand. Now my opponent shows top pair with a good kicker, so good for us to make the right fold, bad for us for not making the best hand. I used to always break down bomb pots. 1, because they're one of my favorite things in poker, and 2, because the pots really kind of get massive. Problem is, I feel like not a lot of you guys care too much, so I kind of wasted time telling you about this whole thing. But either way, we play a bomb pot. It got pretty big. We chopped it. That's kind of how it went. Not much more to talk about. If you guys want to see more bomb pots or me to actually describe strategy behind them, I have absolutely no strategy. Just let me know by clicking the comment. Just tell me in the comments, do you like bomb pots? Do you care for them? Do you play them in your games? Be honest with me, because I love them. Can't lie. Just as the bomb pot ends, someone, an old friend, taps me on the shoulder. I'm like, yo, what's up, bro? He's a really tall guy. By the way, he's like 6'3". So I'm sitting down and I'm like looking up like this. Yo, what's going on, dude? And he's like, yo, like, yeah, what happened? We're starting a 10-20-40 game up at the top ballroom thing. Do you wanna go play? I was actually gonna leave in a little bit, dude. I have a meeting that I have to get to for work. And I just didn't bring enough cash to play that big. Okay. Well, we have a seat. If you want to play, the game's going to start here in a couple of minutes. So you should come because we want you to play. We miss you, buddy. Fuck it, I'm down. Are you cool with me playing for like an hour though? Yeah, I mean, if all you got is an hour, I have a player coming after, you know, you guys can just swap out. Let's fucking do it. 10, 20, 40, shot taking. It can never go wrong. So I pack up my bags from the meetup game and I take my happy ass up this massive flight of stairs to get over to the hustler ballroom thing up there, the banquet bar. I don't know what the hell they call it. Anyways, I walk up there, I see the table, and I immediately see there's a couple of killers in the game. There's some people that you definitely don't want to mess with and that they will put you to the test. So if I was ever to take a shot, this is be an interesting one to do it, but here we are. I'm gonna try to bring my A game, you know. The action bringing will probably have to take a backseat, I can't lie. The stakes really matter, and this money matters when you're playing this big. So I'm trying to bring in my A game. I gotta focus up. When I set out that task to make 100K, it was for moments like this to come up. The only reason I even said yes, I mean, the side reason is that I had to leave, and he said it was cool for me to play for a short time until the next person came. But anyways, the reason I said yes was because for me to make that 100K in that small amount of hours, I have to play big games. There are gonna come up times where I'm gonna be playing for an uncomfortable amount of money. I'm gonna have to bring my A game. This is that first test. I wasn't prepared mentally. I didn't even bring enough money, but here I am. $2,000 in front of me. We're playing 10-20, and I'm ready to battle. The first hand's a fun one. I'm barely getting myself settled in. We're only 4 or 5 handed at this point. When I looked down a queen 9 of clubs, I raced to 60. There is no straddle on for this first hand. And then the button decides to put down his foot. Not only does he put down his foot, he's also bought into this game for $100,000. Yeah, all right, alpha guy. Big schlong guy. Is that what you want me to refer to you as? Mr. 100K, the only other person with more than like 8K in their stack. That's it? This guy just has a covered table. The table covered. Is this like Garrett Jr.? I don't know. But cool job. Cool guy. You know, maybe I'm just jealous because I don't have 100K. Who knows? But anyways, he 3-bets me to 200 right away. He's just kind of like, screw you, young donkey. I'm going to put you to the test. Queen 9 of clubs. We're short-handed. I'm like, you know what? YOLO. Let's call. Maybe try to hit a flop. We hit the flop pretty well. We flop ourselves a backdoor straight draw and a flush draw and 1 over. I checked to him and he c-bets for 300. There's already quite a bit of money in the middle, and with only like $1,800 behind or something like that, I decided to just do the right thing, I feel like, and that's go all in. Let the equity run where it runs. I have a ton of outs. He can show me a set and I still have good equity, and outside of that, if he shows me pocket 9s, pocket 8s, pocket whatever, I'd be happy anyway. So I go all in, and he pretty quickly mucks and shows pocket 5s. So we got a better hand to fold. That's absolutely perfect, and we're happy to take that pot down. Small win, but a big one to get the ball rolling in the right direction. W. When I play poker, I dream of moments like this. There's a bunch of action in front of me. This guy raises to like $200. Straddles on a 40. I look down at pocket aces. I'm like, wait a second, buddy. Pocket aces. It's a good hand. Pocket ace is a great hand. I've got like, I don't know, 2.7K in front of me. And I'm like, you know what? All in. All in. It's all of it. Take it all.
Twice. I have aces.
Twice?
That's it? No. I got a... Now when you scoop it, you know it's going to be hit and run, right? I got that one. GG's. Okay. King Jack.
King Jack is good. My hour's coming to an end, and to be quite honest, I'm playing really big with no rebuy available to me, and the stakes really matter. It's been a while since I've played this big. I used to play pretty massive, to be fair, but I've tried to be pretty responsible with my money, investing in a couple of things. Like you guys know about that house that comes with a mortgage. So we're trying to be responsible individuals and gambling, and moreover, just haven't had the itch to play. So when this opportunity presented itself, as crazy as it seemed at the time, I felt like this was my calling. I had to give it a shot. I'm sitting here now with over $5,000 in chips right in front of me, which is equivalent to like 5 mortgage payments or something everywhere except for LA, I feel like, or New York or something, because the 5,000 doesn't even get you half of a mortgage in LA for whatever reason, but that's a debate for a different day. Anyways, with 5,000 USD in front of me, once again the straddle is on, once again there's a raise, and once again there's a call and a 3-bet to 600. That opponent from the last hand is a crazy man, so with the action sitting right in front of me, once again I'm on the button. I look down at ace king of diamonds, ace king suited, big slick. Granted, my favorite hand in poker is big lick and not big slick, but you know, this will do. I've got a couple of options. We can 3-bet to some weird sizing, but I feel like there's so much money in the middle. There's like almost $1,000 in the middle as it stands. Just by going all in here, I could win so much money. The worst thing you could do is 3-bet to a dumb small sizing my opponent calls, and the flop's like 10-9-8, and I'm just like in no man's land. I'd rather just see all 5 cards, put my opponent to the test, and not leave myself a decision on my own hand. So I just go all in for whatever, 5,500 or 5K. I just don't want to deal with the pressure of having to put up with a stupid decision on the flop. And secondly, I just think there's so much free money in the middle. If I can increase my stack by 20%, it just can't be that bad. Anyways, action folds back to that player who laughs about it over a bit. Seems like I've caught this young cookie monster going after the cookie jar. He folds his hand, and just like that, magical session finishes with a punctuation point of winning another massive pot. Poker is full of so many ebbs and flows that sometimes you forget that it's a marathon and not a sprint. Albeit today meant a little more to me than usual. Today was kind of like a big wake up. It kind of helped me feel that I still got what it takes to be a halfway decent player of poker. Granted, a couple things went our way. We picked up a bunch of premiums and that will help a winning poker session. But the thing that I appreciated more than anything was the fact that I was resilient. Things didn't pan out immediately, and after losing that first pot, I could have just kind of dusted it all off and called it a day. I battled back, I found a way to make some money, and the most important thing I can possibly say is we ended the day with the dub. We'll take that.